It was past midnight when the knock came, a tiny, hesitant sound that cut through the silence of my penthouse. I paused, unsure if I was imagining it. But the sound came again, louder this time, trembling almost like the heartbeat of someone scared to be heard. When I opened the door, a little girl stood there, snow clinging to her hair and coat, eyes wide and shimmering with a mix of fear and hope. "Sir," she whispered, clutching a small, worn-out backpack. "My mom, she didn't come home tonight." Her words, so small, struck me with an intensity that left me frozen. I didn't know her story, but something inside me stirred, a pull I couldn't ignore. I knelt to meet her gaze, careful not to seem threatening. "Hey, it's okay. What's your name?" She hesitated. "Lila," she said finally. Her lips trembled. "Can you help me find her?" I invited her inside, offering the warmth of my living room and a cup of hot cocoa. She sipped it slowly, as if tasting something she hadn't felt in years. Safety. My mind raced. I had millions in my accounts, power at my fingertips, but here was something money couldn't buy, the raw, urgent need to protect a child. She told me about her mother's absence, about the fear of being alone, about the uncertainty that had carried her through the cold night. Her words painted pictures of worry I couldn't simply dismiss. My own worries, my own luxuries, felt hollow compared to the life she had endured. I called the authorities, but as we waited, Lila's eyes found mine. Do you really help people?" she asked softly. Her voice carried doubt, years of doubt in humanity distilled into a single question. I swallowed, knowing that my answer would shape her night, maybe her life. "I try," I said honestly. "And tonight I'll try for you." Hours passed slowly. We sat in silence more often than we spoke, listening to the snow outside settle on the city. Lila told me stories of her small joys, her favorite books, the park she used to play in, the times her mother smiled before work took her away. I realized that small moments of care, attention, and love were what children like her craved most. When the police arrived, they explained that her mother had been delayed, caught in an accident that kept her away from home. Relief washed over Lila's face, but beneath it, I noticed a deeper longing, the need for consistent care, for someone to truly see her. I offered to take her home, but she shook her head. "I don't want to go back yet, not until I know she's okay." I realized then that this wasn't just a rescue. It was an invitation to show her that kindness could exist even in the coldest of nights. I stayed with her until her mother arrived, finally safe and tearful. The reunion was raw and beautiful. Lila ran into her arms, sobbing quietly, her small frame shaking from fear and relief alike. I watched silently, humbled, understanding that sometimes being a witness to love and care is as powerful as being the giver. Her mother looked at me with gratitude so deep it bypassed words. I smiled, brushing off the compliment, because this wasn't about me, it was about restoring hope in a little girl's heart, about showing that even a single act of kindness could ripple into eternity. On the ride home afterward, I reflected on the night. Wealth had given me freedom, comfort, and power, but it was compassion that had made me human in that moment. Lila's trust had reminded me of something essential, that empathy is more valuable than any fortune. Weeks later, I received a letter from Lila, decorated with crayon drawings of snowflakes, hearts, and stick figures. In simple words, she thanked me, not just for that night, but for proving that someone cared. The innocence in her handwriting was a reminder that kindness doesn't need grandeur to be unforgettable. The experience changed me. I began dedicating more time and resources to helping children in similar situations, understanding that wealth alone isn't the measure of life's meaning. Real value lies in using what we have to lift those who are most vulnerable. I never saw Lila again after that night, but her presence lingered. Every decision I made afterward was colored by her trust and bravery, a reminder that even small gestures can leave profound impacts. That night taught me that miracles aren't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes, a miracle is a warm cup of cocoa for a frightened child, a listening ear, or a quiet reassurance that someone cares. Those moments shape lives, often in ways we'll never fully witness. As I sit in my office now, the snow softly falling outside, I think of Lila. A little girl at my doorstep taught me more about courage, humanity, and kindness than years of luxury ever could. I learned that empathy can freeze time and thaw hearts simultaneously. And in that realization lies the ultimate lesson, that true wealth isn't measured in money, but in the compassion we extend when someone is most in need. One act of kindness, one night, one girl, can change everything.